Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paperback Journeys, where I read books and react to chapters so that we can read along together and share the experience. This week, I'm going to be reading The Dinner by Herman Koch. I think I've pronounced that right. I think the more you put in it, the more authentic you are. I think that's how it works. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing chapters 1 to 20. So, if you haven't read any of at least the first 20 chapters of this book, this review is going to be a spoiler review. So it's actually going to be a read-along. Okay, so page 1, chapter 1, let's dive in. So the book is starting off. Paul and Claire, a husband and wife, they're going to going to have dinner at a upscale restaurant. It seems like Paul is absolutely dreading it for some reason. Already there is a kind of ominous feeling to it. They walk together and stop off at a cafe that they think of as their place. And Paul is in a really reflective kind of a mood. He's thinking back about his 20 years together with his wife, and he's also thinking about his son as well. There seems to be some sort of problem with his son. I don't know exactly what that is. His wife thinks that maybe, she agrees. It seems like he's got something on his mind. And she kind of thinks, well, maybe is it something to do with girls? He's quite popular with girls. Paul wishes it was something to do with girls. Obviously, he knows something that she doesn't know. He says, something to do with girls. Wouldn't that be wonderful, wonderfully normal? The normal adolescent mess. So obviously, the issue that his son has on his mind is something which is abnormal. This isn't run-of-the-mill teenage problems. We get given a little glimpse into the past, into the recent past, and it's where Michelle, who is Paul and Claire's son, Paul's gone into his bedroom and he's actively searching for something. When they arrive at the restaurant, they're under the reservation of Lohman. It seems like the name Lohman holds a lot of significance in this world. Perhaps he's like a famous celebrity, movie star, politician. He's something. This is really driven home and confirmed when the Lohmans arrive and everyone turns to look at them. And I'm really curious about who these people are, As soon as Serge sits down, it's really clear that there is a serious level of sibling rivalry that's going on. Who started liking wine first? Who started running first? Who saw the Woody Allen film first? It's really it's bizarre. And neither brother is innocent in this, by the way. I mean, they've both got their quirks. One of them is boorish and hedonistic. Everything is about fulfilling base desires. I want to eat now. I want to fuck now. The other is petty to the point of not being able to admit that he enjoyed a film that his brother did, and he can't even order the same food, even though it's the same dish that he wants. He can't order it because he thinks, oh no, my brother's gonna think I'm copying him. It's pathetic. We get a little more backstory into Serge and Babette. And by the way, Babette, what a name. I want to have a daughter just so I can call her Babette. Babette. They have a place in France, and the thing that really surprised me is the anti-Dutch sentiment in France. I really wasn't aware that the French hated the Dutch. I mean, I'm English, and I know that the French hate the English, but everyone hates the English, But Dutch? Who hates the Dutch? Austin Powers' dad hates the Dutch. There's two things I don't like. Carnies and the Dutch. But, I mean, other than Austin Powers' dad, who else? Who else hates the Dutch? And the Dutch. Anyway, at this house party that Paul is remembering that happened in France, he recalls a woman speaking to him, and he enjoys, this is really strange, he enjoys a fantasy about her being pulled into a barn and abused by drunken Frenchmen. And we're given a glimpse into the darker side of Paul. Yeah, it's not something I was expecting him just to have this fantasy. That's not normal, is it? And it's just as he is imagining this happening to this woman and kind of enjoying it, that some Frenchmen actually show up in the memory with a shotgun. And then it cuts off. So it kind of leaves you wanting more. So what happened? What happened there? Anyway, we're back in the present, back in the restaurant, and the couples are having an interesting discussion about race and the additional expectations that are placed upon minorities by the majority that they have to fulfill just to be seen as equals. They're actually having a lot of interesting conversations, but you can't help but feel as though they're dancing around an issue. And this is confirmed when Serge leans over to Paul and says, "We need to talk about our sons." And Paul's body goes cold. What? What is happening? What is happening? What's going on? Babette. I like the suspense in this book. I enjoy that sort of tantalizing feeling of something just being out of reach, you know? But at this point, I really want someone to tell me what's going on. You don't have to tell me everything, but tell me something, you know? Just give me a little morsel, just something. Paul goes to the bathroom. He gets a phone call, and it's from his son, and he realizes that actually it's his son's phone in his pocket. Rookie move. Like, rookie. So Paul looks at a video on his son's phone before he comes to pick it up, before his son comes to pick up the phone. And he watches a video of his son and Serge's son, Rick, beating up a homeless man. And it's just a remorseless form of bullying, just running up to someone and filming yourself, beating them up, just some innocent person. I can't imagine what it must be like as a dad to look at your son doing something which is just like disgusting, you know, just the lowest you can get. And it's made worse by the lack of remorse. Not even a lack of remorse, but celebration. Like, you're proud of it. You find it funny. Man, like that just got my heart racing a little bit, you know? Okay, so that's the first third of the book. Let's do a little recap. What have we learned? Thing number one, Paul's kid is bloody rubbish. Also, Paul's brother, Serge, is held in, he's a politician held in such high esteem that people are talking about him as the next prime minister, the next leader of the Netherlands. Paul and Serge have a level of sibling rivalry that is so intense it stops Paul from even being himself. Also, Serge has an adopted son called Beau, and he's been trying to reach out to Michelle, to Paul's son, very recently for some reason. Most importantly, though, Paul and Serge's sons have got together and done something which is truly, truly disgusting. They've assaulted an old man, and Paul has the evidence in his hand, and Michelle is coming to collect it. What does Serge know? Is that why Babette was crying when she arrived at dinner earlier? How will Paul react when his son arrives? What is the public reaction going to be if this information gets out? Is that going to negatively affect Serge's polling? Absolutely it would. So maybe Serge wants to protect the information, try and keep it quiet. These are all things that I'm excited to find out in the next part of this video. So the next read along, I'm going to be focusing on chapters 20 to 30. Thanks for joining me on my first video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And weird, that's the first time I've said that. But yeah, if you want to be notified of when the next part of this Readalong comes out. Don't forget to hit the bell, do all of that stuff. Yeah, thanks for joining me on my very first video for Paperback Journeys. Signing off. Yeah, I don't know how to end a video, so bye.